Hi, my name is Terry Wright. I'm with RCC Consultants. We provide solutions to governments and public safety agencies and other mission critical services in helping them identify communications and information system technologies that will help solve their communications needs. We provide services that range from planning, design, procurement support, and implementation assistance in complex communications technologies such as a public safety radio system. One of the things that we're here today to talk about is the need for testing 911 location accuracy. Wireless carriers today provide an excellent opportunity for citizens who are using more mobile technologies today to be able to communicate, especially in calling 911. One of the things that they expect when they dial 911 is that the communication center receiving the call is going to get the same accurate information that they would get if they called 911 by their home telephone. This includes being able to locate them wherever they are. What we found in some testing that we've accomplished in the last year or two has been that a lot of variables in the environment, in the area that the system is being served, provide interference, if you will, to the location accuracy. Some location doesn't get transmitted at all, or if it does, it may not be located to within the tolerable parameters for the provision of that service, and it may be outside of that. So what we have done is developed a testing procedure and software application that we use to work with public safety agencies to monitor and the system and report back the accuracy that the system under test is providing. This will include is applicable for all wireless cellular carriers on the market today, any kind of handset. We come in and work with the Public Safety Communications Center and set up a test in which we will go to random tested sites generated by our ComSite 911 test system, and that provides public safety the confidence that they need to know that they've got an independent test that's done by a party that's not one of the wireless carriers, but more of an independent opportunity. And we think that this system is probably the most accurate on the market today in terms of supporting public safety's need to make sure that they've got the reliability for the service that they're looking for. So we thank you for the opportunity to present to you today.
Hi, my name is Masood Mutamidi. I'm the president of Technocom Corporation. We are in the business of helping the carriers come up with the best location possible for E911 as well as LBS. We have been in business since 1995, focused initially on developing technologies that the carriers could launch and then helping the carriers with selection of location technologies for the 911. And now we have put all of our focus and years of experience in location in delivering a software that helps the carriers maintain and operate their location systems. Whether the system is an AGPS or a network-based technology, we've been able to show to the carriers that indeed there is an absolute need for ongoing testing and monitoring of the quality, specifically on the 911 side of it, where life and threats are major issues, and you want to make sure that when the 911 call comes in, the quality of the location is there, and the PSAP operator can rely on that location. Now that we have presented that capability and offered it to the carriers and it's launched it, carriers are launching their LBS systems, and with the LBS systems, quality of the service becomes an issue, that the same software can be used in showing the quality and the performance indicators of their system. One of the other things that one has to keep in mind that in a location system, as opposed to a voice system where a caller knows the issues involved in the voice quality, the person who is making a 911 call may or may not know of their location. So the accuracy of the location, the timeliness of the location, and the availability of it are very critical, and it is very important to make sure that that quality is kept up on an ongoing basis. E911 has been around since '95. It has taken us 12 years so far to get it to this point, but I really have to thank E911 Institute for spearheading this forum, getting all of the technology vendors involved, and making the next step to making the location better. Also, as people may know, right now FCC is working on that effort as well, to making sure that in the next generation of 911, not only quality stays, but also better quality and reliability come about. Thank you very much for having us over, and we look forward to a better future for the 911 systems.
I'm Paul Fahey, Government Affairs Manager for Plant CML. Plant CML is the largest public safety emergency communications firm in the United States. We provide equipment and solutions to local, state, and national federal government agencies for emergency communications. We've been growing a lot in the last couple of years from primarily a 911 focus to other products as well. We're trying to offer a full suite of products to people to meet the needs of public safety emergency communications in the 21st century. Our most recent acquisition that we're featuring today is an emergency notification systems provider, Reverse 911. And that's a system that any government agency or private agency for that matter can use to notify people of anything from routine matters to significant emergencies. So we see the products that we offer as Plant CML as part of the next generation of emergency communications. You'll hear that term a lot relative to 911 and to emergency communications in general. And what does that mean? It means an integrated approach to emergency communications where we're able to receive information, emergency requests, calls for help from any number of sources, not just traditional voice with data as 911 is currently, but video, text messaging, and beyond. And what do we then have to be able to do with that information is very, very important. And the systems and the products that we provide will allow municipalities, will allow state and federal agencies and the private sector to use that information to save lives, which is ultimately what this is all about. And we're working with the E911 Institute in support of the E911 caucus to get necessary federal money to make sure that every jurisdiction that is providing emergency services has these emergency communications tools. It's very important that they have those to be able to respond in any kind of an emergency, in any kind of a disaster, in any kind of a need. So Plant CML and our Plant CML family of products, including Reverse 911, is very happy to be here in support of the E911 Institute and the E911 caucus, and we wish you a good tech fair. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marty Feuerstein, Chief Technology Officer for Polaris Wireless. Polaris is a vendor in the wireless location technology area. We develop a software-only solution for doing location of mobile devices. The system we've developed is called Wireless Location Signatures. It's a commercial product that's been deployed with about a dozen carriers to solve their E911 Phase 2 location needs in the wireless industry. The key differences for our wireless location signatures technology, first, is that it's a software-only solution. That means it doesn't require any hardware in the handsets, so no GPS chips in the handsets, as well as no RF radio hardware in the base stations. So since it's a software-only solution, it can be deployed much more rapidly across the network and at a much lower cost than some of the other hardware solutions that are available. It also has a key advantage of being able to cover the legacy devices that are available. So many operators with different air interfaces have handsets and other devices out on the network that don't have GPS capability and may never be able to have it because of size and cost constraints. So the ability to roll out a location solution that covers the legacy devices as well as newer devices that come out. Polaris has focused completely on location technology. That's all that we do. And our thrust going forward is on hybrid systems. By hybrid, we combine our wireless location signatures technology that's a network-based, software-only solution with assisted GPS, a handset solution, to be able to get the best of both worlds. The wireless location signatures technology, being a network technology, works best in high cell density kind of environments like urban and indoors, where assisted GPS works best in open sky, suburban, rural, outdoor kind of environments. So if you combine the two systems together, you get the kind of consistency performance across all environments, suburban, rural, urban, indoor, and outdoor. Our systems are on the location technology side, so they're agnostic to the type of transport, whether it's current time division multiplex kind of systems or future IP or integrated multimedia subsystem type transport and delivery. They all work with our wireless location signatures technology. And the system works in control plane applications like are common for E9-1-1, as well as user plane applications that are becoming prevalent for location-based services. The location platform, wireless location signatures, that's been deployed for E9-1-1 can also be used as a platform to grow for the operators to offer other services. For example, location-based services that might be things like friend finder, or zone services that might be zone advertising, marketing zones, geofencing kind of applications. And then there are also network optimization application using the location information from live calls in the network to help operators tune their radio network performance. So finally, in terms of the role of government in helping with E911 next generation, Polaris feels strongly that the government can help to prioritize what the industry does. There are many challenges ahead. For example, the accuracy, consistency, indoors, vertical dimension, and it's probably not possible to do everything all at the same time. So what we'd like to see is prioritization of what the industry needs to do, assistance in phasing out the different upgrades and performance improvements as new air interfaces, new technologies come to bear, and just general roadmap support in how we roll these out. And then probably the most important thing for where the government can help is really building a partnership between the carriers, the vendors, public safety entities, so it's a win-win situation to make E911 better and evolve to next generation. Thank you.
I'm Gil Armandaris from the Technocom Corporation, and what I'm going to be demonstrating here this afternoon is a radio interoperability system. The RIOS, or radio interoperability system, has the ability to connect disparate radio communication systems together. For example, it can connect a VHF to a UHF or to an 800 megahertz trunking system. It can also connect the various radio systems to the telephone systems, whether they be cellular or landline. I'm going to be demonstrating, for example, here, this is the actual radio rack that would be at an actual PSAP, and you'd have two different types of radios. This might represent fire, and this would represent the police, and therefore we're going to be tying the two together. Now over here what I have is I have a screen, the way the screen would actually look at a PSAP. So in order for the PSAP operator to make a connection, all he does is says, I want to create a patch, and he says connect fire to police, to EMS, confirms, and now you have a patch between the three different disparate radio communication systems. Over here what I have is I have actually a system that is live, and I have here a system that's currently serving the Northern Virginia area, and when you see these lights up here on top that are blinking, those are actually active PSAP communications between police and fire. And you can see here where the two are communicating, so that what you could do is you could communicate from here back over to the PSAP here, and now you see the red and green, meaning it's transmitting and receiving from one PSAP to the other. Now the advantage to having this particular type of system is that all the connections occurred through a VoIP connection. You actually have a radio that is in the field connecting itself to a PSAP in X location, and then using voice over IP, you connect to another PSAP, and then that PSAP will then connect to another different type of radio system. So now you have total complete radio interoperability. An example of how something like this would be used, if you had an incident like in Katrina, and in Katrina you lose all communications. You bring a system like this to the actual location, and then as fire and police and the federal departments show up with their particular different radio systems, if you had a system similar to this, it would provide the gateways to allow you to connect the various different types of communication systems. Thank you very much for this afternoon, and that completes my demonstration of the radio interoperability system.
Hello, I'm Mary Boyd, chair of the E9-1-1 Institute, and I work for Entrada. We're the leading provider of 911 services in the United States. Our role in the country is oftentimes known as a third-party provider, as we route wireless calls, we support 911 database systems, we provide services to voice over IP, but basically we are delivering the critical information that goes in on a 911 call to the public safety answering points. The advancement of 911 in our country is extremely critical to us. We have been in the business for over 25 years, and with that has come the commitment to continue to advance the technology and the life-saving information that enables public safety responders to quickly react to an emergency and save lives. Next generation 911 technology is extremely important. We are committed to advancing that technology. We currently have a next generation 911 product whereby we will work with local government, telephone companies, wireless carriers throughout the United States to advance an IP technology so that we can move voice and extended data throughout the country. We're removing the silos that block critical information from flowing from county to county to a more regional and statewide approach, thereby allowing for the life-saving information and public safety's response. We are delighted to be able to be here today in the Technology Fair. We invite you to come by our booth for more information and look forward to talking with you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Robert Martin, Executive Director for the National Emergency Number Association, NENA. We represent about 7,000 members, 48 chapters across North America, US, Canada, and Mexico. We're dedicated to 911, advancing emergency communications. We're the only nonprofit membership-driven organization focused solely on that issue, technology, education, implementation, and policy related to 911. What we're talking about here today is supporting and encouraging the development of new next-generation technologies and also the existence of older architecture for any device, anywhere, anytime, being able to have access for emergency help. 911, since its implementation, has saved countless thousands of lives. It's something that has ingrained itself into American culture. Our members are uniquely dedicated to advancing that cause and ensuring that as technology changes and advances, we don't lose the core capabilities of being able to help people in time of need. There's many advancements that are coming out in wireless, voice over IP, internet telephony, and satellite, and different kinds of multimedia event applications for communications. And one of the things we want to encourage is that we don't lose sight of the wonderful benefits of being able to locate somebody, regardless of where they may be, whether it's an urban or rural environment, focusing on different education activities to the general public, to our membership, people that run and operate or have other administrative responsibilities for 911 and ensuring that in their communities is not lost. NENA's been around for 25 years. We've just celebrated our 25th anniversary and are looking forward to where we want to be in the next 25 years. We're represented by a volunteer group of elected board of directors, many chapter leaders, people across the country, and increasingly around the world as we look towards international collaboration efforts and advancing a more increasingly mobile society. The new technologies that are coming out now are amazing. We want to make sure that our representatives in Congress are aware of some of the challenges, limitations, the opportunities that are represented now as the capabilities expand. We encourage everyone to go to our website. It's www.nena.org, and more information about hints and tips about 911, what works, when it works best, And again, we encourage you to share this message with people that you know that may have, from just grassroots campaign support in your local communities, up to ask people in your city, can you locate me when I dial 911? What are you putting in place or investing in our community that help make America safer? And when I travel, I go different states, across different countries, what capabilities do I have to be able to reach emergency help? So 911 here today, we're glad to be a partner with the E9-1-1 Institute, proud to be a supporter and represent our membership in this important cause. We encourage you to get involved. We only are able to accomplish what we can by the support and encouragement of our volunteers and through our membership. Again, www.nena.org, the National Emergency Number Association, proud to help in any way that we can.
John Metzer with RCC Corporation.